Welcome back to You guessed it. It is Sodi Pop right here on YouTube. How's it all going? Brendan Z in the house. How's it going, Brendan Z? I'm sure you've been keeping busy. Did you get last drop? I actually dropped into a little Reddit chat of people complaining of not getting the drops. And they're like, you know what? I've never seen a streamer get one live on stream. And I was like, this guy did. You son of a... I did. Anyways, how you doing, Brendan Z? Chiefs at Rams. Super Bowl, make it happen. All right, it's gonna happen. It's done. It already happened. Done. Denzo. SoFi Stadium. Big stuff. Actually, isn't that cool? SoFi Stadium. That's actually happening. Super Bowl is happening at SoFi Stadium. There's an insane halftime show. I don't know if you've seen the lineup for the halftime show. Let's look at my image. Okay, I'm gonna get my third cat in here, who's usually not in here, and that's not good news. One moment. Come on, Kiki. Come on, just go. Yeah, you get out of here. All right. We're gonna let her out because I don't trust her in this room. She's gonna randomly mark some territory or something. Where were we? Super Bowl halftime show. It looks awesome. I think they have Mary J. Blige. Yeah, Mary J. Blige. Of course, you know Dre is there. Yeah, it looks freaking amazing. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Mary J. Blige. I think Eminem is gonna be there as well. It looks bomb. Yeah, Eminem's gonna be there. And I don't want to play it, unfortunately, because I'll get copyright strike and all this stuff. But it looks bomb. It looks really, really cool. Last year's halftime show was The Weeknd, and I love The Weeknd, but I can't say it was a good halftime show. I will not agree with that. So let me know what you think about the halftime show. Let me know if you're excited for this drop. Of course, always like the stream and subscribe. And also, did you get one of these Mickey and Friends lenticular cards? I got the Mickey on drop. I was grossly underprepared for the prices of these. I should have known better. I think my guess was like, oh yeah, Mickey and Minnie will definitely go for like, 120 up to 200 on a drop. Yeah, no, they're going for like 1,000. I had no idea what they could do. I got mine pretty early on. I probably, in hindsight, should have sold it for 900, 1,000, but it was kept on running up and then it went down. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna hold on to it. Disney stuff is never a bad hold. It will in general go up with the market, but it's never a bad hold. So I went ahead and held on to it. For some reason, I put mine in AR, I put it in showrooms and everything. I'm not hearing the music. I know they have. I've heard the music. I've seen it on the VeVe Twitter and stuff. So let me know if I'm doing something wrong. Dush, how you doing? Welcome back to the stream. Thank you so much for joining. We have another comic on the way. So as always, with the comics, I will be doing a comic reading that'll take place as we're waiting for the market to open, which is very exciting. I haven't done a comic reading in a minute, and I have some pretty cool stuff for you guys because, oh my gosh, excuse me. Sorry, my cat's here being a cat. Hey, Shibs. She always wants to hang out. She actually, as I was setting up, she like fell off something, and so she used me as support, and her claws just like went straight in my chest. That sucked. I was wearing a shirt. It's not like I was shirtless or anything. Although you guys would like to see that, you sickos. You son of a... Alright. So, where was it? Oh, let's go back to the face so I can pull it up to make sure that everything is working with that one, because I think it's gonna be cool. Boom. Why isn't it loaded up yet? Okay, I think that is all good there. Hopefully it's all coming through just fine. And let me know if this comes through fine, because we are going to rock today's stream. Yes, we got a little vocal effects. Let me make sure I can hear myself. Yes, can I hear myself? Ooh, it's coming through nice and loud. But we're gonna turn that off for just right now because it's not time. I will be using that voice effect, but we have other ones. So we'll see. We'll see if it applies to today's reading. It may not. I don't want to hear myself anymore. Cool. All right, we are back. So if you got one of these, Mickey and Friends, let me know. Do you plan to hold, sell? Again, I got the Mickey on the drop, so super fortunate about that. Not complaining. You know, it's sitting around 600 gems. We are still moving sideways in the market. Alligator Loki, as I said, this is one I'm planning on stacking. It's been sitting around. It was at 54 gems kind of before the big pumps. It got all the way up to past 100. I actually flipped one at that, and then it dropped back down to 60. So again, it was at 54 gems, down to 60. Why am I collecting this? Well, there's always the thought that they're going to have Loki Season 2. Alligator Loki's going to make a return. But honestly, like Randy is collecting these as well, and he talks about it all the time. So that like in and of itself kind of moves the price up. So, and these are low enough. I want something that I can stack a little more, just like comics. And comics are getting, a lot of the ones that I think are worth value are getting pretty expensive. So the stackability isn't as much as I want it to be. The other one I'm going to treat as stackable is the Gwen Stacy, or Spider-Gwen, or Spider-Ghost, they're calling her, from later today's drop. So we're going to take a look at that really quick, and then we'll get to today's drop, or this morning's drop. So I know a lot of people, I was in a space yesterday, a lot of people are actually really excited about this Spider-Man. They like the look, they like the costume. I like that it's action-oriented, that it's moving along. So that is pretty cool. Me, for my top pick, is definitely they call her Spider-Ghost. I know she goes by Spider-Ghost later. Spider-Gwen is what I know her as. But Gwen Stacy in alternate universe Earth like 65, or yeah, Earth 65. She looks that way. Oops, sorry about that. There we go. That's what I meant, Spider-Gwen. So she is raring and ready to go. Let's make sure I have my chat ready to go as well, so I can see you guys. Okay, cool. Brendan Z, you got that Hit Monkey sweetness as your profile pic. I like it. Dush, awesome. All right. All right, so let's go to today's drop. Big one, Daredevil. Well, I don't know if it's big, but it's where Daredevil is in prison, and then Elektra essentially, I think, fills in as him. She's trying to convince him to break out of prison. I don't know that much about the comic itself. Number 25, so it's still pretty early on. Some really amazing art. I really like this prison art here. And then we have the uncommon, it's just Elektra. The rare is Elektra as Daredevil. Then a colorized Elektra as Daredevil. I like the frizzy hair coming out the back. That looks really awesome, and it's a very like simple. I really love the simple lines. Some of my favorite art. It's, you know, I really like the black and white stuff they have going on VeVe. This cover, not as much, but I love the black and white stuff in general. If you think of the Metal Gear Solid artwork, that comes at that like very lined, very cool artwork. And then we have the secret rare, which actually is not it's a colorized version of the rare, but I think all the other covers I prefer. They all look good though. All right, so first appearance of Elektra as Daredevil. Doing time starts here. After a landmark year that puts Daredevil through the ringer, Chip Zdarsky and Macro Chichito drop the man without fear into a familiar territory behind bars. But there are no conspiracies against Daredevil to be found here, just the truth, that his actions have led to a man's death. Faced with the reality and consequences of his actions, will Daredevil have the stomach to serve his term? Worse still, facing down a prison's worth of criminals he helped put away. Will he survive it? So we will see if he'll survive it. Again, we're right in the center, 30,000 editions, but we probably have quite a bit more users on now than we did before. So we will see if this drop is gettable by a lot of us. Released in 2020, so that's going to be a big year for us. Classic cover, 21,000 editions, and then of course all the way to the secret rare at 600 editions. Pretty normal for a 30,000 comic drop. Yeah, this one, I will probably be selling it right off the drop, no matter which one I get. Even if it's a common, well, if it's a common, it's usually not worth it for me to sell it off the drop. If it's going for like 30, 40 gems, cool. I'll just use that for tomorrow, because in tomorrow we have the Marvel Mighties at 13 gems. Again, I will try and be stacking Spider-Gwen. We'll see what she goes at for initially. If she goes around 20, 30 gems, maybe I'll do 1 or 2. Hopefully she drops a little more. It's interesting they don't give them feet at all. I guess I didn't really notice that too much before, just because we've never had them in these poses. I just like literally was just like, whoa, she has horse feet, like little hooves. So the black cat looks awesome. Green Goblin is honestly the best looking to me with his glider and everything. Looks really, really cool. And then Spider-Man 2099. Spider-Man 2099, they he should be appearing in the new Into the Spider-Verse movie, apparently. And then, of course, we have Spider-Gwen was a really big role in the first Into the Spider-Verse with Miles Morales. We were talking about, oh, Deej. Thoughts on Goofy, seller hold, got one yesterday on the rebound. Nice job, Deej. Goofy was what? He was like around 5K. What else could you get for 5K? So, oh, why is it not NFTs? All right, let's go to this here. So Goofy was at one point, if you sold it right away, yes, again, that's the same with my Mickey. Hindsight, probably should have sold it for 1,000, rebought it if I wanted it, and then moved into something else. Goofy, this is, first edition, technically the first appearance. It's interesting. I think this will be somewhat sought after because he does look so different from other. Come on, Wiki. All right, one second. All right, let me pull this over here, and then it's going to update. I'm gonna have to update settings. Presentation mode, cool. All right, we should be back. Let's go. So Goofy, yeah, Goofy, he got up to 5,000, almost 6,000 at some point. Sitting at 4K, it looks like. Again, this draws prices every hour, so it's not super accurate, but the market is closed. So let's say it's around 4,000. Let's look at what the golden moments, what could you get for that? I almost rather have a hat or an R2D2. R2D2 is too expensive. C3PO. Is the hat around 5,000? Elsa, yeah, Mickey Sorcerer Hat is exactly 5,000. That's probably the trade I would have made. I would prefer the Mickey Sorcerer Hat. Personally, although I think I'd probably just hold on to it. If you see a trade that you want to make, go ahead and make it. Not financial advice, of course. I personally, with secret rares, probably hold them. The secret rares, the top of any of these ones always move the quickest and the biggest to start with, and then the rest kind of follow. And the commons kind of do that as well. And then the middle, they keep up, but they usually don't. Maybe the uncommons or whatever will stay up. The golden moments are different. They behave a little bit differently, right? Because they were released separately. And so it's just kind of we've seen the popularity of the character. Obviously, the partner statue we're just going to ignore because that is crazy and out of reach for a lot of people. But R2D2, C3PO, R2D2 is more rare, and he's a more popular character in general than C3PO. And Iron Man is obviously going to be much more popular than the Avengers logo. I don't love the Avengers logo. I would only want it to complete the set, which I might get at some point. Wally is definitely ignored of the golden moments, but he's going to move Wally and the Pizza Planet truck. Even though the Pizza Planet truck, there's a whole thing with the license plate being like what's A113 or 313 is because all the artists from Disney took this class called A313, and even from like Tim Burton to all these really famous artists took this class. All these big animators came out of this class, and that's an Easter egg that you find in like every Disney movie. Up, I know it's in Finding the Planet Pizza Truck is in Finding Nemo, like under the water as well. So I would at this point, unless I sold Goofy right off the drop, I would probably hold it. He'll probably be, assuming that the entire market moves up, he'll probably be above 10K in no time. Yeah, I would probably treat him as like a longer term hold at this point. Again, unless you sold him right off the drop. If there is a chance where you see another big blue chip that he catches up to, let's say a Todd, I'd probably trade him for a Todd. Todd's more meaningful. And there's always a chance that we could see a first appearance Goofy at some point, although I don't know if that would necessarily devalue these. It's hard to tell because the community is kind of treating these as FA. How cool are these going to be in the future? Not sure. But yeah, I can see the Goofy going above 10K easily along with this next pump. Again, we are sitting kind of in the sideways momentum. Let's go over, we'll compare this to the Bitcoin price and everything and the OMI price because everything is pretty much sideways today. Economy 0.007 has not really changed in a few days. It has been right around there for a while after kind of moving up. Bitcoin is back up today, which is really nice to see, 38K. Hopefully it holds above that, it goes above 40. But as far as traders are concerned, this is what is known as sideways chop, right? So if I were a trader, I would probably not be touching this because it's too hard to know exactly where the momentum will take us. We just I'm looking at the 1 month because it compares to everything else. It's in general down. We're in general down in the entire market. 3 months, same thing. In general, we're down. Not quite in a technical bear trend because it's like exactly 3 months. Who cares? Again, things are so wacky right now that yes, we were in a technical bear trend in May, and then of course we pulled out of it. So does it mean much? No. Will we see a bottom here? Maybe, perhaps. 30,000 is really firm support that we saw in May. Could we dip below it? Absolutely. What changes is if we close a weekly candle below it. So on Friday, at the end of the trading day, which is still, that's how Bitcoin is still treated, even though it trades for 24/7, it's still treated as a trading day. That's how traders use it. At the end of the trading day, on Friday, if it dips and stays below 30K, that could be of some concern. But again, it could still recover from that. So we have seen a lot of stuff. We've seen the Biden administration come out with announcing an announcement of, hey, we're going to have people look into this. I'm not worried about that at all. In general, I mean, I'm worried about it from the sense of like the unknown, right? But it seems we've seen from the government, at least, they want to regulate it, and they should. There should be some common sense regulation. But just like the internet, would they miss out on something big like this? Would they want companies here? I think so, yes. Because again, just like the internet, you can't really stop it. It's just a node of peer-to-peer networks. That's what Bitcoin is. That's what Ethereum is. VeVe is now on Ethereum, so it's part of that. Although VeVe is a centralized app, of course. But I don't think they'll shut that down. So I think it's going to be great. Deej, thanks, man. I think I will hold him. Got him hours after the drop, so price was down already. Yeah, I mean, there's not much you can do in that. For me, I got Mickey pretty quick, and I was not expecting the price to explode like that immediately. Probably should have sold him. I'm experienced in this game, but I was just like, whoa. So I was like, okay, apparently I don't know what these things can do, so I'm just gonna sit back and wait. But listen, I mean, for what, 40 gems, you got something that's like 3K, 4K. That's awesome. If you got any of these, you're doing super well. You're doing more than a 10, 400 would be a 10x. That is insane. That's insane in any market, much less NFTs and crypto. And NFTs aren't that cool. Like, we keep on hearing about some of these great NFTs on OpenSea. There's a lot of projects that just do not do well, even from big artists. Even Jermaine Rogers stuff. I think you can probably sell it for a little bit less, unless you got one of the rare ones. Again, there's 10,000 released. Unless you got one of the rare ones, you can't really sell it for more than you bought it for. So keep that in mind. You hear all these OpenSea projects. There's a lot of cherry picking going on of what projects, and you have to really be in the know. It is very hard to know exactly which ones are going to take off. That's why I try, unless they're, again, Jermaine Rogers, I participated in that one. Run English, I participated in that one. I want to support them, great. I'll probably stop doing that because it's just, I'll probably stop buying as many. Maybe I'll buy like one, but I'll probably stop doing that because It's not a money-making thing. It's more like, oh, cool, I want to support the artist and see what this has in the future. Maybe I'll get a special one, but it's very difficult. Anything on VeVe you get will, as we've seen, will be more than you bought it for on the drop, if you're lucky enough to get one. The aftermarket, maybe not so much, because we have seen this drop. So again, I'm looking at Alligator Loki. Bitcoin price still moving sideways chop. We don't know where it will go. I think at some point we'll do pretty well in 2022. We will recover, hopefully, fingers crossed. Ecomi, same thing. It's been down a little bit today, so if you're waiting, again, patience pays. I know that the exchange has taken place. Bitforex is apparently charging, well, it's on the Ethereum network, so it's going to be like 20 or 30 bucks to get your stuff out, but apparently their minimum to move stuff is like really high. So I don't know, it's like $1,000 in, or a little bit over a couple $1,000 in OMI tokens, which that's, you know, that's a lot for sure for some people, especially if you're new to this. So keep that in mind. Bitforex, you know, check it out when you have time. I've heard some people that is not available for them to transfer an Ethereum network. It's still the Go network. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you have experience with that, if that's happening. All right, 7:52, paying attention. We have, let's make sure we're on time. That is synchronizing. Oh, my clock is 0.4 seconds behind. So I have my new phone. I'm excited about that. So I'm going to do a little double device dip in here. Marvel Comics. All right. So where was I? VeVe Marketplace. So yes. Anyways, I would hold the Goofy. Long story short. Let's look at Alligator Loki, because again, that's one, the common I'll be collecting. And I was actually, here's the thing. So you listen to a lot of us YouTubers and stuff, and a lot of people have, like, you know, I do okay, but a lot of people have insanely huge bigs. I think Randy's great. He's good to talk about because he's a really lovely guy and he does well. And again, he sold a whole bunch of Pokemon cards. He sold like everything to be able to go into VeVe. He went all in, but you know, he was able to bring a lot of cash into the market. For me, I have a lot of stuff in other cryptos, so I didn't put everything in here, but I put you know, some, and it grew up to a decent amount. And you can definitely do that again. It's really hard to do that on drops now. You're gonna have to do it more in the marketplace, so you're gonna have to look for these things. So the reason I'm bringing it up is because there is a certain, and I feel it too, there's a certain amount of FOMO of people being like, oh yeah, I have 10 secret rare Alligator Lokis ready to trade. It's okay to go slow and go your own pace, because I know I felt it in 2017 heavily with the crypto market, and I don't feel that anymore with crypto. Not anymore. I have a very firm plan. I know exactly what I'm doing, but I can see feeling it again in VeVe a little bit of like, oh, I don't have enough. These people have thousands of collectibles, or they have this big, you know, they have now 1 million in gems and all these things. It's okay to go slow. It's okay to go at your own pace. And you have to start building either whatever your thing is. So if you want to build collectibles, if you want to just add to your gems to build more collectibles, stick to that. Find the thing that you want. If it's, let's say it's gems, then find a plan that you think is going to work for you and stick to it. So if it's getting common Alligator Lokis, which is one, they might hang out around that, you know, 63, 64 gem range for a while some other things are taking off. You're like, oh man, I just want to get out. And maybe if you have 10 of them, cool, you can sell it for like 65. Don't take a loss. You know, sell for 2 for 65 just so you have some liquidity. You can buy a couple other things. But again, you don't want to buy when it's 129. You want to buy when it's down here. And if it goes sideways for a while, fine. But if you think that new money is coming into VeVe, which it is, if you think that VeVe is altogether going to move up, then you wait for that 129 price again to hit, and you sell 1 or 2. And then you wait for hopefully another double. You're not in this for 5-10% gains. You're in this for doubles and triples and things like that. It's way too risky to be in it for just a couple of percentages. I think. Now 50% is still great, 40% is still great, but make sure it's a big percentage, or in my mind, doubles and triples. That's the way I treat it. And sometimes I miss out because I don't trade quick enough. But on the other hand, I do, when my winners hit, they hit pretty big. So that's how I've been able to grow. And a lot of these people have been able to buy a lot of really cheap comics or a lot of really cheap whatever before the previous pump, and they've done really well because of that. But don't rush yourself into something you're not comfortable with, or you're just FOMOing into because you hear people are buying or selling these. I see it all the time on Reddit, see it all the time on Twitter. There's constant pressure that this is so undervalued, that's so undervalued. Look at these Artist Alley things, look at the decon stuff. Stay calm, stay in the race. Marvel's very popular. The reason I'm talking about Alligator Loki, not because he's popular, because Randy talks about him. I know he's collecting him. I think Ray Fixie's collecting him. So just because big collectors, I want to be the minnow feeding off some of the whales, because if they pump the price, or if it just pumps naturally because they're talking about it, or because they are right, because the reason they're doing it is because of the Disney shows coming out and they think he's going to play a bigger role. If they are right, cool, I'll be right in that. But I have faith that at least he'll get back up to his all-time high as we get more and more popular throughout the year, as things like maybe Pokemon and more Disney stuff comes in here. But again, we might have another lull period where it's a little bit calmer. All right, we're a few minutes away from the drop. Let's make sure we're ready. Hopefully everyone gets one. And boom diggity, no doubt. I like to bag it up. I like the way you work it. All right. I don't know what I just. I'm on an old iPhone that has a touch button, so I'm like still getting used to the gestures on the new iPhone. All right. Time.is. I'll probably play some music for all you ladies and gentlemen out there while we hang out. Again, you're gonna be just a few seconds behind me. It's not too bad, actually, I don't think. It's probably gonna be like 10 or 15 seconds. You're gonna be ahead of me on the stream, so just keep that in mind. Measure your own time, please. All right, I'm gonna play some music while we're at here chilling. All right, I did a line gate for this one. It didn't work for me, so I didn't get the drop. Again, only 30,000 editions, which a few weeks ago would have been a lot. But again, we are moving to a whole new ball game with this stuff. So see if we can try and get the drop. And also, with the line gate, it's not working the same as it used to. Like, I don't know if they changed something in the app, but if you it will register your button click like for too long or something. I don't know. It's really weird the way it seems to work. So we'll try and get the rebound. Let me know if you got one in the comments. Super curious to see who got one, of course. And then tomorrow's one is fortunately a blind box, so we could use Spacegate, which is a seems to be a much better method. And not use the massage gun today. I know some people are worried about using the massage gun. I get it. And I will probably only use it for Spacegate because the massage gun is like inhumanly fast. It really is. So if you use it for something like a line gate, it's going to flash on and off that error code at an alarming rate. Whereas with Spacegate, you're just clicking in a little space. So it's not registering your clicks until it actually appears, which, you know, is going to be very quick. So it's not registering all these clicks beforehand, I don't think. But I understand you don't want it to register, oh, it's 1,000 clicks in the course of a couple seconds. It doesn't think you're human, it locks your account. You don't want to get caught in that. The last thing you want is your account to be locked for a month or a couple weeks. That really sucks. You can't trade or anything. That's the last thing you want. So be careful, as always. You know, to each your own. Tomorrow's one I'll probably try. I don't know. Spacegate worked just fine for me in the yesterday's drop. So I'm not sure if I'm going to use massage gun or not. Haven't decided. Actually, what I might do, that might be nice because my girlfriend is still using the old iPhone. I just feel like it's going to be so impossible to get on the old iPhone right now, the 7 Plus that is, because every time I see it, I'm like, I know it's just a little hair behind the timer. It's just a little hair behind my iPad. It's pretty much consistently is. And then it has to do with the Wi-Fi chip or something. But what I might do is give her my phone or my iPad or something used tomorrow. She can log into her account and try from there. She'll have a lot better luck. Because if I use the massage gun tomorrow, I'm definitely only going to need one device. Because 2 devices is pretty rare that anything works for me on 2 devices. All right, we're past that 4-minute mark now. I've been trying to get the rebound, nothing so far. Let me know if y'all in chat have received anything. Nada on this side. Of course, we'll probably wait till maybe the 8th minute, and then I'll move on to the comic rating. So I don't know. So Elektra as Daredevil. Don't know who exactly appears in this comic. Should be an easier comic to read than the last one because the Strange Academy had so many characters. There's a FA of 11 characters. So that was, but it was fun. It was a lot of fun to read that one. And I think I'm going to be into the Strange Academy. And be careful if you go in Twitter Spaces, if you like are actually into any of this stuff, they will just throw out spoilers for pretty much anything and everything. Which is fine sometimes, you know, but I wish it would be like, you know what, just heads up, I'm going to spoil this thing because of this, this, and this, I think this is valuable, you know? But usually they'll be like, oh, because this happens at the end of this comic arc, where you're like, hey, I just started reading that comic arc because it just released on VeVe. Don't tell me the end, you son of a... So, be careful when you're on Spaces or anything. Doop-a-doo-doo-doo-doo. All right. Come on, come on, come on. And then I'm almost done editing my video. It has taken me so long, although it should be really good quality. I'm trying to really up the quality as far as like my regular videos. You know, I haven't released one in a while. There's also been so many live streams. There's been a lot of live streams these past 2 weeks. because I think there's a lot of YouTubers doing similar content to me. Again, I do have the experience in the crypto markets, so I like to think that I bring something to the table. But to stand out, I want to do something a little bit different and put more time into editing, making it a little bit more user friendly, and then hopefully you guys like it on the other end. So when I do release it, let me know what you think, like your honest thoughts on, of course, it's going to be on MTL, on the video, and of course, all that like, subscribe, share, because it does honestly help us out, especially me being somewhat of a very small channel, even in this niche. All right, we're at 807. See if we can get that second one. Come on, come on. I have the buy now button still on both my iPad and phone. So I've just been clicking there. What I'll probably do is it gets close to the 8. I'll slow down my clicking. I have gotten the rebound doing this before. Have never gotten it going back in and out. But as the buy now button appears, I've definitely gotten the rebound quite a few times. Recently, the most recent one was with the Red Goblin appearance. I got the rebound, and I ended up getting the secret rare off the rebound, which was awesome. Can't beat that. If I get the secret rare here, I will sell it. Okay. Nope. Okay. I did it like the second before, second on, 8-minute. No, not working. Okay. We'll probably move to the comic here. Wait for the market to open. Then again, there's a live stream 30 minutes before the second drop at noon. And that one will probably be a little bit quicker live stream. We'll get the drop. We'll see what happens. Hopefully see the market open. I'm very curious how much they're going to be. But it is my day off today. And I did end up working yesterday. So I'll have to edit a video. So I'll be a little bit busier. So probably will be a shorter live stream than the second one. Okay, let's read that comic. Let's get it going. Make sure I have my handy cord here. All right, let me know of all these drops. So there's 3 drops this weekend. Which ones? And let's include the stamps one, because there's a stamps coming up. So there's Daredevil drop, there's a Disney drop, Marvel Mighty's drop, and then we have the Lunar New Year stamps coming up. Oh, interesting. Okay. Drops Tuesday. Lunar New Year stamp paint art. I don't think I saw that article. Let's go ahead and look at that article. Let me know of all these drops, which one you were the most excited for. I'm assuming Disney, but actually I'm pretty excited for the Marvel Mighties. So Lunar New Year stamp paint art. In 2020. So is that releasing? Let's see. Okay, so it's a pane of stamps. 120. I'm definitely going to try and go for this. Looks like it's going to be a blind box, which is great. And then we have the stamps itself. Okay. That's interesting. So they're doing 2 separate drops. One at noon and then one in the morning. How do you guys feel about this? My initial reaction is that's unnecessary. That's my initial reaction, I'll be honest. Until, I'm not a stamp collector. I've known people who do collect stamps and they are freaking weirdos about it. And I say that with like love, because every person who collects anything, including myself, we get weird about it, Same if you like sports, you get weird about it. So, but I don't know if this is having this in addition to this, the individual stamp, I mean, of course, they're all going to sell out. How many editions? 1,800, 1,600, and 8,888. So very limited on this. 120, so it's going to limit who can even get these. And then the stamps themselves are 6. So how many? 11,000, probably almost 9,000, and then 6,888 for the year of the rat. Huh. And I like the stamps. There's awesome flavor text down here with the stamps. We'll go ahead and read that later. But very, very cool. All right. Let's go ahead and look at this bad boy. So we try and get in. Let me know in the comments if you were able to grab one of these. It's always fun when we can share, we can be jelly of each other's success. I just have some run-of-the-mill water here, no sparkling water today. No coffee, a little bit too early for me for coffee. Okay, we got that. Let's do this. Let's do that. Let's make sure. So that's there. Whoop. Beautiful. Beautiful, just beautiful. Boom. Let's go on the comic reader. Make sure that's ready to go. And then United. Beautiful stuff. Then we'll wait for the market to open. We're going to go ahead and read these. And hopefully you guys got 1 or 2 or 5. Man, on Twitter Spaces, you hear people get like 3 or 4. I just am amazed by that. And I feel like I have pretty good fortune. I have new devices. I'm on the West Coast. I have fiber internet. I have some pretty good stuff going on so far. So I'm always like just floored by people who get multiple. Like, oh yeah, I got 2 off the rebound. I got 1 initially. They just must be like right next to the server. You know, maybe I think maybe my fault is I'm not using a hardwired direct connection. Again, I do have a cheap thing. I might go to Apple today and just pick one up. Just bite the bullet and see what happens. And if it doesn't work for me, then I'll just move on. Maybe I'll return it. I don't know. We'll see. Don't tell Apple that. All right, we're looking for Daredevil number 25, right? Daredevil. Doobie doop doo doo doop doo doo. So 2019 to present. That's probably it. No, I don't want that issue. I want the actual comic here. Oh, it's like shit. Here we go. That's not the one. Sorry about that. It's number 25, right? Numero 25. Make sure we got the right one. But no, it's not this one. Yes, number 25. Okay, so she has a whole arc where she is Daredevil for a minute. Okay, this is the one. Number 25. Cool. So, yeah, hopefully we will love this one. All right, guys, let's get ready. He's in jail, and look, the blind bandit himself, Daredevil. All right, let's get started. Everything I need, Elektra. You were right. You were light, Matthew. All right, so they're naked, lying near a fire in a cabin. Everything I ever wanted. I killed 5 men last week. Actually, one of them was a woman. In those early days, heady days, the 2 of us, our heat, limbs locked, beads of sweat. Don't talk crazy. No, of course you can't believe me. I'm tired. You glowed. I was scared as they're laying by the fire. I love you, Elektra. She closes her eyes and embraces the moment. And the darkness is always there. Rah! Elektra's beating up ninjas and goblins and all sorts of things. Ooh, she slices a dude's arm off. She's sitting there with her sighs, looking in the distance as a man with a staff is crossing her path. She looks. There's an empty corridor. She looks again. It's always waiting. Always. A hand reaches from the darkness. We're back. The security guard, presumably looking at monitors. RK. Ugh. Nick's damn overt, says security guard. I don't know what that means. Huh? He gets pulled in. Electra's in the prison. Holy shit, bro. You seeing what I'm seeing? Mama, you looking good enough. As the prisoners talk to Electra, she's walking through. Sent from heaven. Come here, girl. Let me show you how it's done. All the prisoners are heckling her. Shh, keep it down. If the guards come, they'll take her away. Man, I can't take away that memory. Shunk. Electra opens the cell. Electra? You better not have. Daredevil's sitting there in his cell. Killed anyone? Don't worry. You frown on such things. I have to admit, I didn't think you'd actually go through with this. It was the right thing to do, and you helped me make it possible. As he sits there in jail. By saving Hell's Kitchen from the Stromans, and all it took was billions of dollars still. You're a fool. To assuage your guilt, you're willing to sit here for 2 years? How many lives could you save in those 2 years? I remember our fireside college chats. You're a man of ethics, so how ethical is it that you let people die because you made a mistake? It's a bigger issue. I'm an example. Me sitting here will make other vigilantes better. They'll make the careless ones careful. He's not wrong, maybe. Forever the martyr. And how did your friends take your sudden confession? Your old roommate. My God, Matt, you idiot. How could have? And the pretty one. Oh, the girl. So they're all upset with him. Now they're back in the prison. How do you know who I am? How do you know I'm Matt? It doesn't matter. It does need answers, Electra. Why did you do it? You used me, rob the Stromans, only to spend money helping me. Why would you? He doesn't understand why Electra's helping him. Oh, she looks down. Ooh, it looks like she has a flashback to Bullseye stabbing her in the torso. Maybe that Matt Murdock is looking on. Ooh, blackness. Back in the prison. I know who you are, the same way I stand there, here right now, instead of, do you ever? Blackness. She's back in a cave. Do you ever tire of the darkness? I don't. Don't mean for this sound so dramatic. But I live in the darkness. God gave me darkness so I could understand the light. What's going on, Electra? I found something. It goes back to her in the cave. She sees a book on a pedestal of wood. Or it looks like hands reaching up, but presumably wood. It closes in. She goes up and grabs a book on this pedestal. An arrow darts across her shoulder. The old man behind her with the torch. Tons of arrows now flying at her. She's dodging them. Ooh, didn't dodge those 5 arrows. She got smacked right in the side of her torso. Tons of arrows in her. Ah, she's laying there with the book clutching her arm. The man beside her. Looks like he's blind as well. Stick. So Stick is apparently her friend that she's with. Stick and I found something just outside of Jericho. A book. I told you the hand is rebuilding again. Ooh, that's not good. They go back further than we ever knew, Matt. And the book was found. It's like an instruction manual and how they finally defeat them. So the hand is coming back. She's telling Matt Murdock in jail that he needs to come back. The hand had a counter for thousands of years before the chest. One hidden until now. The fist. The hand is darkness. The fist is light. But the fist requires a queen and a king too. Of course it does, he replies, not interested. But you, damn it, Matthew. You wanted to strike higher. No more beating up drug dealers. No more chasing liquor store robbers. This is what you're looking for. This is the ceiling. There's nothing higher. How can you even? It's simple. I don't trust you. You're a murderer. You use people. You're tired of the darkness. You want to work for the light. Shink. He shuts the door behind him, locking himself in prison. The lecturer looks at him, befuddled, confused, possibly frustrated. Shink. He locks it. Prove it, he says to her inside of his locked cell. She walks away, angry. Now she's walking through the prison. Boyfriend drop your ass? Why don't I pop open my cell? I'll show you real good. Ah! She grabs the prisoner with her sigh, threatening him. Ooh, cuts his chin a little bit. Lady, I didn't. Please, don't. Oh God, thank you. She walks away from the prisoner after threatening him. Don't want to die. A fool. Later in the city. Both Matthew and me. I thought I could buy his trust by buying the kitchen. So she apparently used a bunch of money to have influence. She's walking through the street now. A pitiful neighborhood, a filthy blight of New York that never caught up to the rest of it. And it's mine, the assassin landlord. What a waste. Excuse me. Spare any change? An old lady asked her. I do not carry change or money for that matter. Ah. I figured nobody does these days. All these effing phones and cards. What's your name? Wilma. Do you live in the kitchen, Wilma? Used to. Had an apartment in 43rd, back before my husband. You don't need to hear this shit. Gotta hit the shelter before all the beds. No. Tell me, what happened? Andy worked construction. Accident, died, and a week later, insurance wouldn't pay. I had a good lawyer, but the job for free. But even still... Oh, what's good one guy against a team of lawyers, yeah? After we lost, we put thousands of bucks in my hand and said, God, our refuge and strength. So we will not fear, though earth shall tremble, and mountains shall quake to the depths of the sea. Never forgot the Bible quoting sap, but Hell's Kitchen never stopped shaking. Here. What? She's handing a gold necklace. Oh, that's a big-ass gold necklace. I want that. She's handing a gold necklace to the lady. This necklace is worth $5,000. On the street, you may get two. But... Now, get these. Go now. These streets. These smell... What? Sorry. They smell hope and treasure and come for them. God bless you. God bless you. And your lawyer. She walks past a Daredevil tag on the sidewalk. Sounds like a fool. We are all Daredevil, is the tag. I was too hard on her. Elektra's trying, like I am. Daredevil, back in the prison, he's upset at himself. But the difference is I'm a man who's killed. Back on the street, we have a cop car flying past McDonald's. Matt Murdock is a fool. Inside the getaway car. Damn it! Cops, Eddie! You got this? Inside the prison, she's a killer. Back in the getaway vehicle. But I need him. I need him to make this work. Elektra, talking to herself. I need him to believe me. She's in hot pursuit of the gangsters. Elektra kicks through the gangster's car. Kicks him out of the car. He thinks the kitchen needs Daredevil. Someone to look over the people. Someone of violence. And kindness? She steers the car away from pedestrians. Fine. She gets out of the car. The pedestrians are fine. Effin, don't come out any closer. One of the guys shoots at the car that's in hot pursuit. Shing! She takes out her scythe. As he's shooting, looks at the guy. Shaw! Hits him with the butt of her blade, not the actual sai. Who the cops exclaim. I'm Daredevil. I'll be your Daredevil, Matthew, she exclaims in her head. Because I tire of the darkness. She wakes up. This is presumably after she's been hit by arrows, a flashback when she gets the book. Stick, did you? She's all bloody and bandaged up. Nope, almost. You didn't need a full hand resurrection. Stick saved her. But I sure did something close to that. I remember, Matt. Huh? Nothing. The book. Is it what we... Yeah. While you were out, I had a guy translate. It's like we thought. The fist needs a queen and a king. And only one of them can survive. Ooh! The Red Fist Part 1. So apparently they need the fist to battle the hand. And we just saw Matt Murdock walk into the prison as all these prisoners are staring him down. Good stuff. Good stuff. Let's see if the market is open. How's everyone doing? Are we all pumped in the chat? Let's get back to here. Actually, no. We're gonna stay on this. Stay on the comic reader. That's what I meant to do. And we're gonna see if the market is open. We're at 8:27. It's probably not open quite yet. Usually opens past 8:30. No, not yet. Let me know in the chat if you were able to bag one of these bad boys. That'd be very, very cool. Yeah, that comic. They're always so good at ending comics. They're always so good at ending it on that last quote. All these comics, at least that we've read recently. I'm sure not all comics are like that, but top tier, really, it is. So good job to them. Matt Murdock is in jail. Elektra has become Daredevil, the symbol that Hell's Kitchen needs. And apparently she needs to fight the hand, but only one can survive, the king and the queen. Who is that going to be? We don't know. We just don't know. And we'll probably never find out because they'll probably not release the rest of this onto VeVe anytime soon. So let me know what you thought of that comic. I thought it was a pretty good read. I enjoyed it. All the comics I've read, except for the very first ones. Oh, when Pokemon failed drop. Oh, no way. I don't like to hear that. Failed to drop. Yeah, I failed to drop too. Did anyone get one? Let me know if you got one in the chat. I did not. Didn't get any of the rebounds or anything. So we will see. Hopefully that luck is building for tomorrow's drop. I really want the Marvel Mighties. Spider-Man 29. If I get the 2099, probably holding it. Goblin, probably holding it. We'll see what they go for initially. If I can swap, let's say I get the 2099 and I can swap him for a Mickey. I can't imagine they'll be as high as a Mickey yet, but probably around 1,000, 2,000 on the drop. Let's say 1,600 to 2,000 on the drop, because the only reason I say that, and this is the first, I want to say this is the first secret rare Marvel Mighty. I might be wrong. I could be wrong on that. But Dr. Doom is above 1,000 right now. He's gotten up to like 1,300 or 1,400. So he's been sitting at 1,000. So it's going to be above that. So I would assume 15 to 2,000 if it gets crazy, crazy, crazy right after the drop. So when Pokemon, thank you so much for joining. Sorry you missed the drop. Very excited. So hopefully that luck is building for mañana, tomorrow. Daredevil. I enjoyed that quite a bit. The artwork is amazing in this. And I'm looking for it. I probably will read. I really want to read more of the, let's see, more of the Strange Academy. I thought that was a lot of fun. And issue number 2 is here. So this one's going to be, I think, a lot of fun. All right, let's go back to VeVe. We'll just keep on checking to see if the market is open. I'm just assuming this is going to be a normal comic book. It's probably going to be around 15 to 20 gems on the drop for the common. I'm assuming the secret rare is going to be around 1,900-ish. And then maybe this one might even drop all the way down to like that $600, $500 range that we see some of the not super popular comics drop at. So we'll see. Yeah, Mighty's this afternoon. We'll have a second live stream. So I'm very... Oh, did I say tomorrow? I said tomorrow, didn't I? Yes. Mighty's this afternoon. So I'll have a second live stream right at noon. We can try to catch that. I did say tomorrow. You're exactly right, when Pokemon. So we'll get ready for that. I could definitely see me going back to sleep and like sleeping through this. So we'll get ready for this. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So hopefully you can get the Ghost Spider. Here's the thing, is we don't have... I mean, we have the stamps coming this week on Tuesday, which there's 2 drops for the stamps, which again, I'm still like a little like, is that necessary? Is this a thing that we need to have? Is 2... One is a collection of... I'm gonna try and get both of them. I'd be stupid not to, as you would be as well if you had the gems. You know, if you don't have the gems, fine. But yeah, I don't know why they need 2 stamps in one day. The pain. Okay, I'm not a stamp collector, so maybe I just don't get it. But yeah, these will be immediate sells for me as I try and collect more gems, get more stuff. I also may hold them because, as the point I was getting to, is that we've seen the... When there's an absence of big stuff being announced, we saw this massive increase in prices, right? Then it announced Mickey. As soon as they announced anything Mickey, we're getting close to it, everything started to drop or go sideways. Right now, again, no big drop kind of being announced. Alex hinted at something on Twitter where he posted like gold or something. We do have Pokemon Day coming up on February 27th, I want to say, but I can't imagine... when is Pokemon Day? I think it's 27th. The Pokemon game was just released. I haven't had time to play it, unfortunately. Pokemon Day. I think it's the 27th. I was right. So Alex posted this on his Twitter. It was like this golden, and I think they said, oh, it's not a golden moment. So we'll see what it is. We know we have that interesting... this was it. I said it could be Mariah Carey. She has a movie called Glitter, so it could be really stupid. But yeah, Alex posted this on his Twitter, so everyone's speculating. I don't think it's going to be another Disney Golden moment. I don't know. Again, this was on the 27th, so 3 days ago. But we'll see. We'll see what it is. All right, let's see if the market's open yet. 8:34. Looks like nobody got one. Close that, open it up again. For some reason, I don't know why the app doesn't refresh the marketplace for me. But yeah, nope, not happening. Not happening. Yeah, the stamps look cool. So if I get a stamp, I'll probably, if I receive it right away, I'll probably sell it off the drop. If I don't, I may hold it for a minute and then sell it later. I would be more interested in collecting this set of Marvel Mighties, or just saving up gems for other stuff that I want. I do have the Dr. Doom, so he looks awesome, and hopefully I can complete his set. I only have the thing and then the fire guy. I always forget the fire guy's name. The flame Human Torch. There we go. I only need the thing and the Human Torch to complete that set, so not too much to complete the set. So I probably will do that, but I want to buy and sell a couple of stuff before that. I don't want to go, because that would probably bring me down to 0 gems. I don't want to go to 0 gems. So I want to buy and sell a couple of things, and then I'll complete the set, and at least get the 100 MCP points for completing the set. I don't know if I'll keep the set. I might sell it over the course of time. Again, let's see if they have casting. I don't think they do. Casting Fantastic Four news. Let's see if they have any news for the Fantastic Four. News. Probably nothing. Marvel has reported begun casting. So yeah, nothing new since we last saw. Again, John Krasinski has been rumored to be Mr. Fantastic. I don't know. Nothing has been confirmed. Who knows? That would be a wonderful casting, John Krasinski, I think. That'd be really, really good. All right, we got the World Clock here. So Marvel Mighties with Strange Academy, with Daredevil, with Making Friends. We also had that announcement of that one, like, is a Japanese animation. It was like the puppetry theater thing. That is something I'm not familiar with at all. Would I go for that drop? Still, probably yes. Would I keep it? Probably not, because I'm not a fan of it. I don't know anything about it. Will it be big? Who knows? If you know what that is. All right, the market is taking some time to open here. If you have any questions, make sure to type them in the chat. Otherwise, the economy price, we got that going on. It's been sideways movement. It's going to be kind of boring. Same with Bitcoin price, going to be a little bit boring, which is fine. It's fine. I don't mind things moving sideways for a while. What I hope is to move sideways for a while and slowly stair step up, and we see a recovery to the market. That would be fantastic. And then this is kind of like our new base level that we're building off of for the rest of the year. And hopefully, you know, some of my stuff that I have that I've been waiting on for a few years now hit some bigger price targets, and well, chef's kiss, and we can all retire, right? So that would be really cool. Not that we will retire, but you know what I mean. Let's see here. Let's try and go back in. So yes, as I was saying before, definitely go at your own pace. I know there's a lot of YouTubers, possibly myself included, that we talk a lot about, like, oh, all of our golden moments or all these things that we have stacked up. Go at your own pace. I know exactly how it feels to, you know, Bitcoin is a perfect example. I remember when it went from 1,000 to a couple thousand and then went up to 5 or 6,000, and I was in a trading group at the time. I was like, oh my God, I'm missing out on that. So I went from Ethereum to Bitcoin, and all I did was just make mistakes. All I did was just, um, you know, overall it was fine. It wasn't like a negative thing, but what I should have done in retrospect is just bought stuff and held it that I liked, that I believed in, and did research on. But I didn't, but back then I didn't know enough to do. I was learning how to do research. I was learning what all of these words were. I didn't know anything. Granted, I was like drinking through a fire hose. I was really absorbing the information as much as I could. I was studying a lot on this. And every day since then, you know, 2, 3 hours a day, I've been doing some sort of crypto stuff every time I wake up. Um, so I'm a lot more practiced on it since then. You know, it's been what, 2022 has been like 5 years, 6 years. So a lot more practice, a lot more patience, and that's what I'm doing. I'm just sitting on my hands with this market. And that's a little bit what you might have to do with the VeVe market, is you see things popping off every day. You see people on Twitter being like, oh, look at this cool thing that I made. And also people lie. It's not, you know, they don't have a thing where you can really follow all of their trades. And I've made some good ones, and I've made some mistakes as well. So I think my biggest mistake is I bought the secret rare of Young Avengers pretty close, because I got kind of into the hype of, oh, the show just released, the Avengers show with the Hawk Girl and all that stuff, and it's gonna be big. All these things are flashing in a pan. The news comes and goes. As soon as a thing releases, like Spider-Man movie, Spider-Man pumped and then dropped when the movie released, even though the movie was fantastic. That's just kind of how it goes. Again, if you're holding a secret rare Spider-Man, still good for you. It's doing really, really well. But that's kind of how these things goes. You just got to be patient. If you have the ability, you know, with the question I was asked before, would I keep the Goofy? If that Goofy, if I could sell it right now and trade it for something else, Pavel, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You're awesome. Make sure you I need to add a background to this, but thank you so much. Appreciate it. So I actually have to add a background to this. Let's put that up there maybe for this one. Yeah, make sure to like the video, share. I have a new video coming out. Again, it's just taking me, I'm doing a lot more editing now, so I'm trying to make these videos look really good and hopefully entertaining. I want to be the most entertaining VeVe streamer there is slash video creator. So because I know there's a lot of people doing what I do, and everyone has different shades of the same opinion. My strength is, of course, like I've been into video games forever and all that stuff, and I've been into the crypto markets for a long time. So understanding this market isn't much different. A market is a market, and that's what I'm talking about. The mindset is the most important. Be patient. Be willing to sit on your hands, especially if you're working with a small gem balance. I have people come on all the time, are like, I have 20 gems, I have 40 gems, what should I buy? And sometimes the option is just try and get a drop and sell it immediately and go from there. But you know, there might be some things right now that are that low of a price. I'd have to check. Back when I was asked that, there were a couple of things. But yeah, for me right now, Alligator Loki, sit, hold that. If it goes up to 100 gems, sell it, try and get something else. With the Goofy character that I was asked, if you have the ability, if you see that Goofy and the hat, like the Mickey hat for me, are the same price, I personally would exchange that. But Goofy might go up higher because it is a secret rare. So keep that in mind. It's the first secret rare. I personally would just hold it right now. Personally, hold it right now. Just see where it goes to. If that's your only gems though, like that's you have nothing else, put some more gems in. Just wait. Be patient. You got a little bit of a lottery ticket there. So good luck. All right, let's see if the market is open again. Pavel, again, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Boom diggity, like berg it up. No, it isn't. Wow, 8:43. I wonder if they're having issues. Let's go ahead and look at their Twitter. Twitter. VeVe. Let's go ahead and look at their Twitter, see if they're, no. No, last tweet was 30 minutes, so apparently not having issues. Let me know in the chat what your most recent trade, biggest trade was recently, either good or bad. You know, we all have. It's really hard to judge what's going to go up next. Also, the market will have pump and dump groups where they just pump a random collectible and then they might dump it on people. That happened with the crypto market in 2017. Like, I knew of groups, I was never part of them, but I saw them operating. It was pretty obvious, some of them, and that will happen. So you might be like, oh, why is this collectible popping? You're trying to think of reasons, and the only reason is someone is pumping it, someone's buying it, that's it. So sometimes you can't think too hard about it. You just have to have what you think is going to happen, collect what you like, and collect what you know, first season stuff, first appearance stuff, anything that's first appearance of major characters. That's why these Marvel Mighties, these Spider-Man one, it's pretty universal that everyone thinks these look pretty good. On all the Twitter spaces I was on, this is the only Marvel Mighties, the only one that people have really been excited for. I think now we've seen them a few times and we've gotten used to them, and these are the best looking ones, so people are actually somewhat excited for these ones. Plus, it's Spider-Man, and yeah, it looks pretty good. So hopefully, you know, later today you get one, and everyone's kind of warming up to the Marvel Mighties finally. Not that I was warm to begin with, because I wasn't. I did not like the Steve Rogers ones. Although I did buy a few, and which was nice because I then later sold them. Wish I would have held on to them for a little bit longer. I definitely didn't sell them at the peak, that was for sure. But yeah, c'est la vie, right? Okay, the market still isn't open. What I might do, I'm probably going to end this early because for some reason the market isn't opening. If you have more questions, please feel free to ask. If not, I will see you guys back here at noon for the Marvel Mighties drop. 30 minutes before noon. I might actually start a little bit later, maybe like 15 or 20 minutes before the drop, just because we've talked about a lot of this. We'll recap a lot of this, recap some of today's drop, and we'll talk about the pricing on the Daredevil comics. And if the prices have changed in Akomi at all, cool. But I want to be around, I want to get the drop, and then hopefully I want to be there for the market opening. That'd be really cool. Also, I might want to stream some Pokemon or something. No, I have to finish my video. That's what I have to do. Okay. All right, let's just check one more time, see if that market's open. And nada. Okay, it's taking longer than usual. So anyways, I will see you today, 15 minutes, let's say 20 minutes before noon, and we will get the Marvel Mighties drop, and I will see you then. All right, guys, thank you so much. Remember, be yourself, eat a cookie. Follow me on the 3 Cheese and IG, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, and Instagram at SodiPopMedia, SodiPopMedia.com. And then if you like, follow, subscribe, share. Really does help me out. All right, guys, have a great day. Bye.